What up, what up, what up? It's Matt back with graded LTD, and today I'm going to be showing you guys what I look for when I'm doing a PSA submission. So let's get right into it. Okay, and we are back. Now, the first thing that I'm going to get into is the giveaway. So if you guys aren't entered into this giveaway, go over to the giveaway video. All you got to do is be a subscriber, go into the comment section, leave a comment, say whatever you want. I don't care, it doesn't matter. And in a couple weeks, we'll be doing a spin and we'll be giving this card away. Randy's got the link to the giveaway video in the description. So go get yourself a Lamar Jackson rookie. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys one card that I will be sending in for grading. I'm going to be showing you one card that I won't be sending in for grading. Now, useful tool that you want to have, microfiber cloth. Okay? There's four things that we're going to be looking at. One, and this is the most important, centering. Two, corners. Three, surface and edging. They're kind of like the same. They're willing to forgive stuff on the surface, like a dimple or two. Now, I use PSA. This is a personal choice. It's up to you. Now, if you want to have cards that come back very quickly and are inexpensive, you might want to be using like SGC or is it C? There's one called like CGS or something like that. I think their logo is like a balance scale or something. They're like super quick, I think, apparently. I personally just like PSA. I think their cards resell really, really well. You can move them quickly and they just seem to go for more, but it kind of just depends what you guys want. If you want to get them really quick, inexpensive, like PSA is a long turnaround time, it's expensive, but it's just the grading card company I like to use. Now, the card I'm going to be sending in is going to be an NBA Hoops Premium Stock Victor Wembanyama Cracked Ice. Yeah. Start by taking your microfiber cloth, give it a little wipe. I already did this, but this is just what you'd want to do. Get all fingerprints off, and then you can examine it. Now, what we're looking at here is going to be the centering. Now, I picked this card. I've already gemmed two others. I gemmed a Seismic and a City Edition Silver, both of Wembanyama. So I got the Cracked Ice, picked this up at a show, and now I'm going to be sending it in. One of the reasons why I like this card is because of the border. So it's very easy for me to take a look at the centering and determine if it's going to pass the test. Now, what you're looking for with PSA is 55%, 45%. That's like your range of where it has to be in order to pass the centering. So I think we're going to be in that range. Now, as far as surface goes, Cracked Ice, it's very easy to miss stuff. I don't see anything. This looks like a beautiful card. I've got my light nice and close so that I can see any imperfections. Okay, so I don't see anything here. So let's go to the back. Another great part about this card, it's got white background. So I don't have to worry about any whitening on the corners. Now I don't see any imperfections there. Corners look nice and sharp. As far as edging goes, I don't see any peeling around the edges. So this card would pass for me. I'm confident that this card could gem, so I'd be sending it in. Now, I'm going to show you a card that I wouldn't be sending in that didn't pass my test when I was looking it over. That's this J.J. McCarthy Purple Shock. Now, beautiful card. There's nothing wrong with this card. I just don't happen to think that it would pass the centering test. I think it's much too thin over here and much too thick over here. Now, I pulled this one myself. I do see a print line as well running along his shoulders there. But with Purple Shocks, it's pretty common to have print lines. It's just part of the design. PSA and other grading companies are well aware of that, so they'll cut you a break. And that's why I was saying surface isn't as important because they're willing to cut you a break on some of those things. But if a card's off center, and it's not going to gem. One thing to be mindful of too is on this type of card, there's a dark background along the outside. So you do have to pay attention to if there's whitening on those corners. Now I don't see anything, maybe a little there. That might just need to be wiped off. Yeah. Could be, no, not really. Corners look nice. But yeah, I ultimately don't think that this would pass the test just based on centering, but beautiful card nonetheless, but it's one that I wouldn't be sending in. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, well, what about the back centering? This is a debatable topic. Some people think that it's important. I happen to not. I don't pay attention to the back centering, and I'm going to show you why. Now, I sent in this card myself. This is a Justin Herbert Select Maroon die cut rookie card. Obviously, as you can see, it gemmed. Now look at the front centering. Pretty nice. Pretty symmetrical. It's a nice looking card. Now look at the back. Complete nightmare as far as centering goes. Super thin here, super chunky here. Like, obviously that is not 55-45. It's not even 60-40. So I don't really think it matters a whole lot. Now, it's going to depend on the grader. Like, every grader is going to be different. Some grader might care, some graders won't care. You're never really going to know until you send it in, but that's just my personal take on it. When I'm sending in cards, I wouldn't not send a card in just based on back centering. Like, if everything looked good and the back centering was off, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, this one, I'm not sending it. Like, I would still send it. I don't think it's nearly as important. But that's just my opinion. If you guys don't want to send in a card because of that, because of the back centering of something, then that's totally your choice. I'm just giving you my opinion. I don't think it's as important. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like, you can sit here and scrutinize every single card and, you know, look at them with a magnifying glass and go over it and over it and over it. But you're probably still not going to gem some of the cards that you think that you might, or you think that you should. Ultimately, all you have to do is just submit with confidence. You know, if you look at a card and you think, yeah, this looks pretty good, I think this could gem, then send it in. You know, like, you're not going to be perfect. You know, you're going to probably spot stuff once it comes back in the slab, and that's just going to be the way that it is. I've sent in plenty of cards that haven't gemmed, and I've not understood why, and still don't understand why. There's been plenty where I've sent in where I swore it was perfect when I sent it. When I got it back, all of a sudden, then I'll notice something. And there's been some where I sent in where I was like, I don't know, could gem, probably will 9 though, and it comes back a gem. So it really just depends on the grader, depends on the day, you know. But ultimately, just submit with confidence. If you think a card looks good, then send it in. But just wanted to give you guys some of my thoughts on grading cards. But as long as you stick to those 4 things, you should be okay. But yeah, happy grading, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Get into that giveaway video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps out. Hit that like button. Drop a comment. Check us out on our other socials. Randy works really, really hard on that. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.